Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
What? Good morning.
Morning.
Love you.
Love you. Morning.
Hey, everybody. What are you talking about?
I just want to fast forward to Christmas and be done with this crap.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's talking about quarantine and, stay at home and shelter in place. And it's just, let's fast forward. Can we do that? Just like hit the button and fast forward. Everybody's talking about, well, I have to stay in and do this. I might as well learn a new skill, or I might as well learn how to cook, or I might as well learn how to sew, or I'll make masks, and I'm teaching myself how to sew. Right? I mean, you're hearing about it all the time. And here I am sitting here, how I ever missed that there's a turd in Saturday.
Really, how did you miss that? Poop is one of your favorite subjects.
I just realized that this morning. I'm looking at the Saturday coffee chat, and I'm looking at Saturday, and I went, there's a turd in there.
We all knew that already, though.
I didn't. Morning.
Good morning.
So are you guys still sheltering in place wherever you are?
Yeah, are you?
What
Some
kind
places are lifting it already.
Well, I don't know if I'd call it lifting.
Easing up on it?
I don't even think they've done that. I think they're still talking about it. They meaning the idiots. I don't even want to get into that crap. I don't believe anybody. I don't believe either side. The upside, the downside. It doesn't matter to me. So everybody else is right and left. I'm up and down. I could care less.
Independent.
There's an upside and a downside.
You're in the middle.
And the dark side.
Well, that's where we should go. They're the ones with ventilators.
Yeah. They've got all the correct breathing apparatus on the dark side. That's where we should all go. Oh my goodness. Hopefully you're safe wherever you are. We're still in Idaho on our friend's farm, and we're just sitting tight, till the end of the month. We're gonna sit here until April 30th. We're either gonna take out of here April 30th or May 1st, which is a Thursday or a Friday. And then we're gonna try to inch our way back into Nevada, because we just really don't know how long this thing's gonna last. And with the coronavirus, and is it gonna be all summer? Is it gonna go into the fall? Is it gonna go into the holidays at the end of the year still, to where you have to social distance? If it is, it's like, here's your gift. Catch. Boom. But we don't know. Nobody knows. And we feel the safest area for us to be in is probably Nevada, because all the family lives in the Reno area there. Mine is still scattered. I got some in Kansas, some in St. Louis, and then some in Colorado.
And
but
Oklahoma.
And, oh yeah, I always forget about those people in Oklahoma.
That's not very nice.
I love you, brother.
Yeah, Mikey and Brenda and Adam, we love you.
Oh, I don't know how I could ever forget Adam. And you too, Brenda. Your husband, not so much.
Oh my God.
Where was I? Oh yeah, Reno's probably the safest place for us. Nevada. And then the Reno area is where all of her family lives and everything. So, just to be closer to them. And, there's a bazillion places in Nevada we could go hide, because all of the BLM land is still open in Nevada.
Yeah, sadly not anything in the Reno area.
No, there's nothing right there in that immediate area. But you get out, in the desert, yeah, it's summertime and it's going to be hot. But there are places that you can go at the higher elevations, and it's not going to be the 100-degree temperatures, you know, even close to it. So.
Let's have to see. I don't know.
But that's kind of our plan. What are your plans? Let us know. We just, you know, are nosy sons of bitches and want to know what you're going to be doing this summer.
Speak for yourself. I hope you were able to have Easter with friends or family that you're sheltering in place with. We had an Easter lunch.
Yeah.
It was basically Easter dinner, but we had it at lunchtime with Darwin and Linda. And that was really nice to get to do that. And then Monday we had to brave the Walmart. We needed milk and other things. We hadn't been in over 2 weeks, so it was time.
And us going into the Walmart, I'm kind of surprised at how many people did not have masks or gloves on and who did not really care about social distancing. I was surprised. Not that there was a lot of people in the store. There weren't.
There wasn't.
It was really, really thin. But it just kind of surprised me. We had our masks on. Did we wear gloves that day or not? I don't think we did because...
As soon as we got to the truck, we sanitized and we used alcohol on the door handles and everything where we touched without gloves. Waited to bring the groceries in except for the refrigerator stuff, and everything got wiped down when we brought it in. So we did the protective stuff, but there were a lot of people that weren't doing anything.
Yeah.
You know, and we saw people coming back to their car and just putting stuff in and taking off and not cleaning everything. I have a bottle of rubbing alcohol in a spray bottle, and I spray down the door handles that we've touched with our hands, and then the bags get cleaned, and then when the stuff come in, I wipe everything down.
Yeah, we let it sit out in the truck for
like 3 or 4 hours. Except for, like I said, the refrigerator stuff.
Yeah, all the refrigerator stuff we bring in, wipe down, put it away, but everything else just sits in the back seat of the truck. And now we heard that you don't have to do that. They're saying you don't need to leave the groceries out there. You don't need to wipe down your grocery bags and stuff.
I'm
it's
sorry,
like,
how do they know somebody hasn't coughed and sneezed all over themselves and whatever product I just bought? We don't know.
Again.
It's just better to be safe than
you don't
sorry.
know if you're supposed to believe the upside, the downside, or the dark side. Nobody seems to know. Everybody has their own opinion.
Yep. So we have to go get groceries, so it's something we have to do. So we try to be as protective of ourselves as possible. So
I did leave the windows down in the truck at one point. I forget which day it was. And we were out doing, stuff on the phone and videos and taking selfies. I left the darn selfie stick out there and somebody took it. So whoever took my selfie stick, I hope you take a long look at yourself.
man, here I thought somebody took my selfie stick. I was like, dang you.
We had errands to run one morning. We got up real early, had some errands to run, and decided, let's just have an Egg McMuffin. What the heck?
Yeah, because we left without having breakfast, and we were both needing breakfast because we get up and eat right away when we get up. So to wait that long.
Except on these mornings when I have to wait to finish this video before I get fed slop. A bowl of slop, I'm sorry.
That's better. Throw it in a trough for you. You have a bowl and a spoon.
We've got some of the video from our MACdonalds trip on Throw Up Thursday that was just posted. If you missed that Throw Up Thursday, go watch it. I don't know what happened to that one. Hardly anybody's watched it. The views on that thing are super low. I don't know if that's a YouTube snafu or what, but there's just hardly anybody has watched Throw Up Thursday. And I keep looking at the views.
Anymore.
What?
Maybe they don't like us anymore.
What?
Maybe they don't like us anymore.
What?
What's on second?
Who's on first?
Exactly. There were a lot of cars out. Because after we ate, didn't we go driving? No, we did that the day before.
Well, we sat there in the parking lot of McDonald's and ate our McMuffins, and the cars that were in the drive-through. Now, granted, I know it's only a drive-through, and everybody's got their drive-throughs open, but it was just non-stop. Then there were just people driving through the parking lot. It's just crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's Carl's Jr. across the street, and nobody was
That's
going
true.
through there, so everybody wants their Egg McMuffin.
Yeah, just crazy. But
So this week we just had more interesting weather.
where we are here in Idaho, it got cold again after a nice warm few days, almost to 70 and in the 70s. And then the wind kicked up, and I mean it kicked up.
Really windy.
Again, on the Throw Up Thursday, go watch that one. We tried to do little mic muffs on our camera. What's that camera? The Nikon? The Nikon. And we can't do an external camera or an external microphone on that. It doesn't have a hookup for it. So we tried to put some little mic muffs on the little microphone holes. And I took it out into the wind, and the wind was over 50-mile-an-hour gusts. I mean, it was straight winds of up to 40 miles an hour. It was crazy. It kind of cut down the wind noise, but not like we'd like to. So
I did it again yesterday. And
tried something different.
when it's windy here again, and it will be.
Yeah, in the next couple days.
We'll try again with the second try. So mostly we've just been chilling. We haven't done a whole lot. I haven't felt good since Wednesday.
She's been moving kind of slow.
That bad headache and dizziness, and I don't like that because of how I've gotten sick before with the dizziness. So
The what?
The dizziness.
Oh, dizziness.
Being dizzy from the labyrinthitis.
Yes.
This is day 4.
Yeah, she's been down, not really moving fast at all. She's been moving super slow.
Yeah, if I move my head, turn it any fast, I'm whew.
How's that?
Whew. Well, you got to have fun yesterday. You got to help move a goat house.
Yeah, Darwin here on the farm, he's decided that he's going to go get a couple goats, I guess, at the goat auction today. But he had some outbuildings, and they were all faced toward the south, the opening, and the area he wants to put the goats in
Other side.
on the other side.
So he flipped houses yesterday.
So he's like,
houses.
we flipped the goat house yesterday. And we didn't really flip it, but we kind of, he has a bobcat, and we kind of lifted it up, chained it, pulled it out because it was wedged between two things, pulled it completely out, broke a crap load of boards on it because it's an old outbuilding, you know, one of those old rickety things with the metal roof, little lean-to, and you know, if it fell apart, it fell apart. At least he'd have a new one because we'd have to build a new one. But we pulled it out very slowly, got it completely turned around in a dirt area, and then pulled it back in. So now the opening is faced to the field where he's going to put the goats. So for the first time in my life, I flipped the goat house yesterday.
You did.
Yeah.
You
It was fun. It was good. More than anything, it was kind of nice to get out and get some exercise. God, he had a couple chains that were, I don't know, oh gosh, they were at least 5 pounds.
Yeah.
They were at least 50 pounds. These chains that we were hooking onto the building and using it to turn around and stuff like that. But it was fun. Had a blast doing that yesterday. And today he's going to go look at the goat auction. And
yeah.
He said, I may be coming home with some goats today.
That'll be fun.
And I said, that's okay. Lori's used to that. She's married to an old goat.
Yep. Do you even sound like one? We told him that, or hopefully you told him, you have to at least get 2.
I did not tell him that, but he kept saying goats plural, so I'm sure he knows that.
Okay, because my sister and brother-in-law have goats, and Kurt will be adamant about it. Like when they have goats to have for goat milk, they make cheese and lotions and stuff like that. Yogurt that's delicious.
Yogurt, not so much.
The yogurt's delicious. Anyway,
That's
when you know they have babies, but they don't need to keep the males because they just want the females for milking. So when the mamas have babies and they're males, he makes sure that whoever gets them has to take 2. You know, sometimes they sell off the girls
Yeah.
if they have too many, but because they're herd animals and they need to be with someone, so they say at least 2, so they have each other. And we also told them, I know you told them this, they need stuff to climb on.
Yeah.
So there's some kind of, is it the pump, the little
The
shelter
little pump
thing over
house.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to fence that off
Yeah.
because they'll climb all over that.
Yeah, he's gonna put a fence line up around there.
Yeah.
But,
So, not that we're goat experts, but we have been around my sister's goats plenty, and Kurt is very educated on them. He's studied it. He knows it very well and how to raise them. So,
well, Kurt knows. It takes one goat to know an old goat.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's why you guys get along so good.
Yeah.
A couple of old goats.
So, these guys operate a dairy farm. Darwin and his sons, they all work for a dairy farm. Own it, I guess. I don't know.
I think so.
And I don't know if you've heard about nationwide all the dairy farmers having to dump their milk and things like that. And then you said that they came up with a plan, or at least, again, the upside, the downside, and the dark side are talking.
Well, this wasn't just something I read. I was listening to the president and the task force yesterday.
You used the P word again.
I did. Sorry. It's
Oh.
anyway, and it wasn't him that said it. It was, I think,
Doesn't
one of
matter
the
who
other
said
people on the task force said that they're starting a program. They've allocated funds so that that doesn't happen. All that food, like farmers plowing under food even and dumping milk, that they've got money to somehow get that food to the people that don't have food instead of throwing it all away, ruining it all. So something's supposed to happen. They've got a lot of money set aside to make that happen, to get all the food that's being thrown out and get it to people that need food.
Okay, long story short, they've come up with a plan.
Right.
But still, it just amazes me that, you hear about them having to dump all this milk because schools are closed and restaurants are closed and people aren't buying milk at those places and it's not being served at those places. And so all this raw milk can't be just given to somebody. It has to go to the factories and be pasteurized and purified.
Yeah, Darwin was telling us about that.
All that other stuff. And, it's made into cheeses and all kinds of things like that. And now they've come up with a plan to save it.
Yeah, because Darwin was telling us, because we were saying at some stores that we saw, they were limiting the amount of milk you can have. But Darwin said the people that have their dairies around here make cheese.
Yeah, it's all earmarked for cheese. It's not drinking milk.
Drinking milk, yep. So he says, it has to be tested, it has to be pasteurized in order for it to go to the drinking milk. So maybe that's why they allocated a whole bunch of money so that those processes could be done on milk that's getting thrown out.
So Darwin, what I want to ask you is, did you hear about the glass of milk that saved the world? It was legendary. Come on now, that's a funny one.
Yeah,
that's a cow joke. Come on, that's funny. All right, I'm done. I'm ready for breakfast.
You making breakfast today?
If you'll let me in the kitchen.
Go for it.
Take the dang barbed wire down so I can get in there and access things.
I'll give you the combination for the lock and then I'll change it again.
God, we could have something really good for a change for breakfast. Thank you guys for watching. Go watch Throw Up Thursday and click subscribe if you're a non-subscriber. If you're just passing through, been nice seeing you. Click the bell, get notified every time we put up a brand new video. Anything else we need to remind them of? We do post on Instagram, Facebook, sometimes Twitter. It's under Tom and Lori RV Life. Check out our blog page, tomandloryrvlife.com. There's a couple blogs up there that have nothing to do with Facebook, and you might be interested in those. On our blog page, we also have some stuff that she has typed up.
The checklists and
Checklists, recipes, things like that are all there. TomandLoriRVLife.com. It's in the description below. Everything's linked down there.
Hope y'all are safe
Yeah.
and healthy.
Stay home.
Stay home. Stay safe.
Stay safe until they say we can go out and do whatever we want to do again. Whenever and wherever that happens, on which planet. Who knows?
Have a great week, you guys. See ya.
See ya.
Life is short, make it
Do I really get a clip? How you turn the stove on?